G, B and an F. I'm holding them 3 fingers like a D7 there. I'm holding it up there. And I call this a G11. I don't know if people do, but I also hold the finger on the high string there, and I call that G11. I think it's like that. Hey everyone, just here to teach a bit of guitar techniques really. Show you, and hopefully people that get this video, I can show them kind of the basics about holding the chords. And I want to try and concentrate on I've concentrated on a C, spoke about the C, now we're going to talk about the G. That's a G major. I'll show you how to hold it in a sec. I want to get close to show you this hand, but I also want to keep this hand in. So basically off that low E, we now know that's a low E, that's your A, that's your D, that's your G, that's your B, and that's your E. That's your low string, that's your high string. Small tip, like we discussed, you've got your C there, and we know behind it's the B, which is an open B. Same happens on the low E in the high E string. So 1, 2 and 6 doesn't have a sharp note after the note, so it'll go E, F, G. So it gives you a good pattern to know that's your B, and that'll be your C again. So because it goes E, F, G, A, B, C. Same on the second string, you'll go B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Same on the low E, on that one, you'll go E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's basically a G major. It's crafted up of a G from the high string. You're going to try and pinch that with that finger. Then you're going to try and bring these up there like that. So if you look at the C position, them 2 fingers are literally just going up, down, root, third, flatten the third on a C, it's behind that. So if you're on the G, just off them low strings, so like we spoke about the C and the flatten the third behind the E, on the G, you're flattening the third behind the B. So to get it good, you've got to get good dexterity. You've got to kind of use that finger to go hold the G. And then I think I learned by doing that. Try. I'll do it this way, so you've got this, because then you can suspend your G. And I'll show you a suspension G in a minute. But you've got to get used, and it don't matter if you take a year just holding that G and learning to take that finger off, on, that finger off, on. And that's the scale really on the G pentatonic we want to be learning. Back into the G. So if you're struggling to hold the G, just try holding that one. Go into the 5th, back to the 3rd. I'm just going up a string. That's used so much over pop songs. And all I'm doing, even if you get practice just holding the 3rd fret on the high E and the 3rd fret on the low E, and then add in that G. Just try and stay in a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just got to try and do that. Good finger practice So like I say, I can pick the pick up, and I don't use a pick, but I can still. And that's just from using my thumb, because I'm kind of directing the thumb. And a good practice is to go down the strings, no scales, because we don't want to override the brain. So if you just start on the first F, and try and do a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And take your thumb all the way down the guitar, and then go back up with your thumb. And when you do that for about a year, then learn going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then change to your finger. And I know I made that look easy and it's quite hard, but then when you do that, you want to learn to go thumb, finger. So can you see I'm flicking on that? It's just to get your hand coordinated. And really, your thumb don't really. I like it on the 4th string, because if you're holding a C, so there's no place for your thumb really when you're with that. I even use my thumb on the high strings. This G, we're going to learn songs eventually, but I've got to get about 15 videos out just showing you my major chords I use. Like I say, I've taught you with the C. I've done a stupid little video yesterday on the A minor, but that A minor is critical. But we've learnt the C. The second chord for me dominantly is the G major. And some people hold it like that because it's easy to suspend it there. I call it a Oasis G, that. But you don't want to hold it like that, you want to hold it so you can get to your scale. So it's good practice to get that finger on that high G and that finger on the low G and just go. Just get your natural metronome going. Go to the C, slide to the D, back to the G. Do that for about a month. C, D. Why is that a D? Because that's a C. C, C sharp, or call it a D flat. D, D7. If that's a C7, that's clearly a D7. E7. I think Jimi Hendrix used that. But we're not talking about, I'm not confusing you, we're staying on the G. And we want to just stay on that G. See what I'm doing now? Just hold the G, hit the thumb on the low E, and pull up on your fingers and go. And it's good to hear the notes and let them ring and let them rattle a bit. Hear duff notes, because I learned over my time it's easier to hear the duff notes than to hear the good notes. So while we're talking about the G, if someone's watching it and I'm really boring you about a G and everybody knows the G, if you let that finger off, so you, like we're talking, you're holding the 2 Gs and then all the middle 4 strings are open. If you can then, you got that finger free to suspend it on a C. And that C shape there, that we spoke about, C, D, E, F, I'm now holding a G, but in a C shape. So if you go down to the 8th fret, I'm just holding, I'm pinching a C there, the shape that we discussed in part 1 and 2 there. I'm going down to the 8th fret. So now you know that C's a G, and then your bar there is a C. We're going to talk about the G, not the C. And that, you can slow it down and find that. Into the G. If you let the high G off and move into I call it a backwards D shape. So I'm holding that finger, I'm holding the G on the top, and I'm holding that finger there on the 3rd string. So if that's an open D, E, so I'm holding an F now. So I'm holding an F, a G, B, and an F. I'm holding them 3 fingers like a D7 there. I'm holding it up there. And I call this a G11. I don't know if people do, but I also hold the finger on the high string there, and I call that G11. It's like that. I got a little reverb off that. Just all I'm doing there is biting the strings and pressing in. But look how my thumb is. I can't even move my thumb about the back of the guitar, and my thumb more so presses in places on the back of the fretboard. I come over, go there, go there, go there. So that thumb is critical to where you're holding. And I think when I'm holding a C, G and F, my thumb's always ready to come over to cloak that. So when I hold a small F there, diminished F, I wrap that finger over. And then to change that from a G, all I do is that. F, G, F, G, F, G, F, G. It's like techniques. It's a technique. And you can do it with your breathing. And then you've got your C there again. I know I'm waffling on. These videos are going to get better, trust me. But I need you to learn the C, that G. And that's really all we've got to. And that G11's really... Even if you hold the G11 like that, just practice around that G11. And why I do that, because when I hold the G, I'll do that and I'll go into that position, which is like an A minor and a G and a C all together, and I'll just go. Don't matter where you go, feel free, feel comfortably numb to just hit them duff notes and slowly take the duff notes away rather than trying to find the good notes, because all the good notes are just in this. If you're playing in a major scale, you're going to be in that C major note scale. C, G, F, D, C, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I lost it on that 7th. So we're just going to play around with the G. And that's all I want you to do this week. And we're going to talk about the E minor. I wanted to discuss more about the A minor, how it elaborates with a C. But now we're talking about a G, because to move that G down, you've got to remember, I've grown up 20 years thinking I've known all my bar chords, thinking that shape, and that shape is all I need to know. But that really is just the E in the cage system. that would be your A. Holding that flat bar would be your A. So I presume that's your C. So now I'm playing a C sharp there. So simple when you know the case system. And I've learnt this, I've not sat there with my guitar watching theory videos, but now and again I put an Active Melody, he's a YouTube, and I highly recommend subscribe to him, Active Melody, and he discusses all your case system. But I've been doing it for years where I just go there and play a C, G. So when you're holding your G position there on the 5th fret, like now that's just me. So them notes I was showing you there, I'm not playing you a song in them yet, I just want you to hear them. So now I can do that there on the 5th fret for the C. No, here's that C, G11, C, G11, C, G11, C, G11, F, G11, back to the C, 7, G11, C, 7, G11, F bar, G11, C. Find a little piece in your heart like a piece of string tearing you in. Keep on smiling, the world will bring you joy. And that's a good, in our songs that we're going to learn, that's a C and a G and a C and a G and a C. Give it a C sharp, 7, F and a G and an F and a G and a C, G, C, G and an F. Take care of every C, C7 and a G11 and an F, back to the C. I've got to quit there because the parrot wants whacking. Not really.